You're listening to WSB. We are simulcasting from our AM feed due to a potential large-scale criminal situation ongoing. A mysterious classified object understood by my trusty research assistant who is in the studio with me, to potentially have connections to the equine entity seen over the past several years has now been stolen from the grounds of Georgia State University, located in downtown Atlanta. As this item was included in a group recovered by the U.S. government from a government organization now federally recognized as corrupt and gone rogue, it is unknown if these are the original items or if, disturbingly, they are copies or reverse-engineered duplicates. What is currently being speculated by authorities is this may be the work of either someone sympathetic to that group, known as the Scientific Syndicate by civilians, or if it's someone within the organization itself seeking to reclaim those items and use them for harming others. Frankly, in this radio host's opinion, another possibility that urgently needs a closer look is the possibility that Blaze, the known pyrokinetic terrorist, may have taken the items, as he has had several combative moments with the equines who originally owned these items. Whatever the cause, and whomever the culprit turns out to be, those listening to this broadcast need to remain hyper-aware of their surroundings and in turn, watch for any suspicious activity near you from all directions.
Good afternoon. This is WSYR-FM. We normally would be playing Fox News or some other post-Republican lying weasel, but we are, thankfully, bringing you news you need with great urgency. The items that were on a semi-cross-country college tour from the Corn Belt to the upstate of New York to be studied by experts here at Syracuse University, with several stops in between to be looked at by professors at the relevant campuses, with great concern, now been reported by authorities on campus as stolen. The exact nature of the items is not being disclosed at this time, as the original owners, a group of equestrian high-ranking officials, including a military commanderess, a top research expert, a queen, and several others whom these entities know closely, are cross-referencing these items with their own inventory to make sure they weren't taken from their planet by some insidious means, as some insider reporters say these creatures fear happened. The suspect's current location is unknown, as is their mode of travel and identity. If you know anything about this high-risk robbery, then you are strongly encouraged by officials to call the FBI, and they will assist in directing you to the correct person whom will record your tip and follow up on it. As of now, a reward is not being offered, though as time goes on, a reward may be issued for the safe return of these items, and the capture of those responsible for stealing them.
Have you ever had a financial advisor sit down with you and analyze as to when you should retire or when you should take Social Security? Choosing the wrong time to retire can have devastating effects. The Social Security Administration has changed how and when they send out Social Security statements. As a result, many Americans are not up to date on their own retirement numbers. Hi, I'm Matt Doxa, CEO of Excelsior Wealth Partners, located at the historical Dietz Lantern Factory off of West Street in Syracuse. Visit our website at excelsiorwp.
Oh, so now you scumbags are at best copying our precious items and at worst insidiously recreating them. You just attracted my attention, and I thought having Blaze hate you was enough motivation for you to not attract the wrath of anyone else.
Chris Douglas with Carolina All Out, and I'm here at Agri Supply getting everything I need for a successful season in the outdoors. Whether it's equipment for food plot preparation or gear for scouting and hunting, or my favorite part, prepping and cooking food for camp and home. With over 26,000 parts, tools, supplies, and gear, and friendly, knowledgeable staff to help you find exactly what you need. Agri-Supply is your one-stop resource to get the job done right. Agri-Supply, it's what's inside.
Good morning, Florence. We are moving on to the 9 o'clock hour here in northeastern areas of South Carolina. My producer is telling me that there are reports coming into the Florence County Sheriff's Office of a body found in the ditch near Clawson Road with a precise location of 7.5 miles southeast of the city of Florence. The Florence County Sheriff's Office currently has Clawson Road barricaded off from the intersection with Francis Marion Road to the intersection with Pamplico Highway and have no timetable for when this 6-mile stretch of road will reopen, as it is now officially listed as a crime scene by authorities. We here at WWRK are advising people to tune in to WFRK for the most timely and up-to-date information on this surprising situation. So now, let's get you back to your morning get up and go music here on WWRK FM.
We lost count, but there's always room for more classic rock. The Rock FM's, the PD's Classic Rock.
At Cale Yarborough Honda, you won't have to look hard to find a hang tag with huge savings. It's kind of a big deal. We have fun with it, and so should you. With Cale's One Price.
This message is being transmitted at the request of the Florence County Sheriff's Department. The crime scene, which caused a 6-mile area of Clawson Road to be shut down to civilians earlier this morning, has revealed some disturbing findings that necessitate this semi-urgent change in plans from a press conference to an emergency alert system transmission. First of all, the body was found to have an identification card as well as other work-related items connected to the known group whom call themselves the Scientific Syndicate. This group, once federally recognized as the Department of Advancement in Scientific Technologies from at least 2005, until a classified date when the federal government refused to recognize anything involving them, in effect cutting off all ties to them and vice versa. Point being, that body has been found with unique attack wounds in the odd object, seemingly used as the murder weapon. The victim, who will remain classified for obvious reasons, was seen with deep thin gashes all over his body, no defensive wounds, and his mouth full of a section of a black or dark gray robe or cloak-like object. In addition, a handwritten note was left beside the suspect with no name, but with the following words on it: "The syndicate shall never find the object that they seek before they encounter the wrath that we shall wreak." To the other side of the victim laid a deck of playing cards, seemingly as if to suggest an old-school mafia tone to the murder. While information to the suspect is unknown, all angles to mob or old mafia ties are being investigated with thoroughness and in great detail. Authorities would appreciate all information that would assist in solving this crime. If you have any, you are encouraged to call the Florence County Sheriff and they will take notes on all tips and investigate them further. If you spot any suspicious activity, call 911 immediately and do not approach the perpetrator.
When you drive with 5-Star, there's no need to go anywhere else. Over 5,000 new and used vehicles in stock, a 3-day exchange policy, and lifetime warranty. See why over 25,000 customers a year choose the Drive.
civil emergency alert is being issued at the request of the Edmonton Police Service. Suspicious letters have been received by top-ranking political officials who reside in Edmonton. Upon safe containment of this suspicious and potentially hazardous mail, authorities found the envelopes to not contain any hazardous or bioterrorist materials, such as anthrax, but rather just a small piece of paper with the following message on it.
Canada has gotten away with the fumbling of containing the rogue American faction known as the Scientific Syndicate. Now we humans must stand with our equine alien brethren and sisters to defeat this threat before humanity goes extinct and becomes like those elemental freaks. Do something, or we will.
For now, no self-protective countermeasures are required by civilians. Just keep a watchful eye out for anything suspicious. Call the Edmonton Police Service. They will assist and respond to the call to try to apprehend the potential criminal. In addition, Royal Canadian Mounted Police are still looking for a suspect with a history of destroying chairs for an unknown motivation. Suspect information for this matter can be found at www.rcmp-grc.gc.ca/chair.
The Upstate's conservative talk station, WGTK-FM, Greenville, Spartanburg, Anderson. It's 2 o'clock.
Good afternoon. As you just heard on our top of the hour station ID, it just now reached 2 p.m. I hope you're having a good run up to Christmas, because holiday travel traffic will start to pick up, especially now that schools across the area are entering their last couple of days, and half day in the case of Greenville County School students. I'm sure parents all over the Greenville-Spartanburg metro are joy-filled now that they will have to deal with their children for a few weeks straight for winter break. Anyway, the top story of the day seems to be quite the intriguing one, as we have received reports of plainclothes officers from the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Office in Ohio in the Greenville-Spartanburg area. Their reasoning for being in the area is unknown, but my producer in studio is keeping their ear to the ground and listening for updates to this interesting occurrence. Speaking of, we will take a commercial break to gather more information. You are listening to WGTK-FM.
We've been in business here a long time, for over 85 years. My great-granddad, George Coleman Sr., started the dealership in 1930. To stay in business this long, I think you really, really have to focus on customers and customer experience.
We want to make sure.
This transmitter is currently undergoing maintenance to aid in keeping signal strength for years to come so as to help serve the Greenville-Spartanburg area better. An estimated time of completion is not known, though this process is not expected to take longer than the rest of today. This message will repeat until the process is completed. This transmitter is currently undergoing maintenance to aid in keeping signal strength for years to come so as to help serve the Greenville-Spartanburg area better. An estimated time of completion is not known, though this process is not expected to take longer than the rest of today. This message will repeat until the process is completed. This transmitter is currently undergoing maintenance to aid in keeping signal strength for years to come so as to help serve the Greenville.
Welcome to WMMS-FM. It is the late night hours here in beautiful cold Cleveland on this night in the midst of the holiday seasons, and we are interrupting normal music playtime briefly to bring you an update to a story we initially learned of yesterday from our friends at WKYC. The sheriff for Cuyahoga County has told them that some officers were sent to the South Carolina region to investigate the possibility that a member of the famous Porello family, who was deeply connected to the Cleveland modern mafia sector, may have had involvement in the recent murder of a classified victim near Florence. Nothing is confirmed at this time, though authorities in Cleveland are urging the public to call them if they know anything connected to this matter. A reward, according to a classified source with ties to the chief of the Cleveland Division of Police, will be made public tomorrow in an effort to try to prioritize talking over keeping quiet, given the highly organized criminal connections likely involved. Those listening are strongly encouraged to keep listening to local news sources for the latest information on this potentially violent situation. Now it's back to the music we go, here on WMMS 100.7 FM.
Cleveland's rock station, 100.7 WMMS.
You're listening to NOAA Weather Radio Transmitter WWG-84, broadcasting from near Conrad, Montana on a frequency of 162.50 megahertz. And now the forecast for The following is a top priority broadcast for all affected areas. This message is being transmitted at the request of the Montana Department of Criminal Investigation. Intelligence has been received by sources within the neighboring authority of the Alberta Sheriff's Investigative Support Unit that a group with likely intent to do harm to people yet to be confirmed as the target of the group in question is likely to, or already has crossed the border into Montana. This intelligence received states that the most likely points of entry will be at the County Road 409 point of entry, the Sweetgrass border crossing area, or the Pekin port of entry area. Mode of transportation and suspect identification information is in progress of being confirmed by the relevant Canadian authorities. As soon as they confirm their findings and transfer that information to authorities in Montana through the proper channels of communication, then the info will be transmitted in a future alert. For now, all residents along and north of U.S. Highway 2, or in Blaine, Daniels, Flathead, Glacier, Hill, Liberty, Lincoln, Phillips, Roosevelt, Sheridan, Toole and Valley counties need to keep urgently aware of any activity even slightly criminal, as it has the possibility to be connected to this developing situation. Please keep tuned to local media outlets for the most up-to-date information, as this situation could escalate at any time and put lives in perilous situations. This hazardous weather outlook is for portions of central Montana, north-central Montana and southwest Montana.
B106.7 Right Now traffic from the Shepherd's Glass Traffic Center. Shepherd's Glass, a true reflection of quality.
Do some more music now.
Merry Christmas!
Thanks for spending your Christmas with us. B106.7, the Midland's official Christmas music station.
Christmas, let us be happy together. Open your heart to the sky and scream or fight. Let your love around.
urgent message requiring transmission overnight. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Orangeburg County Sheriff's Office. A body has been found dangling from the overpass at the 5 Chop Road interchange with Interstate 26. For now, the entire interchange is considered a crime scene and is being closed to traffic. The South Carolina Department of Transportation is setting up a detour by way of South Carolina Route 210, taking the to Bowman, then taking U.S. Route 178 to U.S. Route 601 in Orangeburg before following that to the on-ramp for Interstate 26 at mile marker 145, or 7.5 miles southwest of St. Matthews. If traveling southbound, just flip the directions, so U.S. Route 601 to U.S. Route 178 to Bowman, then South Carolina Route 210 to the interchange at the 165-mile marker interchange back onto Interstate 26 southbound. This detour will remain in place until all on-scene investigation is completed. There is unfortunately no timetable for completion of this process, and all authorities involved greatly appreciate the public's understanding and compliance with this unexpected dark time. Keep tuned to local media outlets and the emergency alert system for future updates, and if you know of any details concerning or connected to this likely crime, call the Orangeburg County Sheriff at 804-531-4647.
The Big One sales event is on at Jimmy Jones Toyota in Orangeburg with our biggest savings this year. Think you know Camry? Think again. The completely redesigned 18 Toyota Camry is bigger with more power and more standard features for just $199 a month. New Corolla LEs, only $179 a month. New RAV4 LEs, just $219 a month. Or choose either with 0% financing. The Big One is on, and it's too big to miss. Come see why your friends and neighbors choose Jimmy Jones Toyota in Orangeburg. JimmyJonesToyota.com.
Welcome to WQXL-FM. We are not doing a normal broadcast cycle of nationally syndicated right-wing gibberish because we have a devastating local matter that is impacting residents in this area that needs our attention more than those old has-beens who are wasting the conservative talk radio space in a desperate bid to keep relevance. Earlier this morning, officers with the Orangeburg County Sheriff's Office closed down a 20-mile section of Interstate 26 due to a dead body that was hanging from the overpass which carries 5 Chop Road, or as it's also known as by non-locals U.S. Route 301. Now we have gained exclusive information about the crime scene, which we suspect won't stay exclusive for long due to its gruesome nature. The victim was found with an identification card placing them as a mid to top-ranking member of the group known as the Scientific Syndicate, brutally attached to their forehead with assistance from a piece of dark black or gray fabric and a plain card, as well as an unknown method of getting the items not only fused together, but fused to the victim. In addition, last night a joint task force made up of South Carolina Law Enforcement Division and the officers from the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Office spotted around the state for the past 4 days have finally solved the identity of the suspected mafia member who is likely responsible for these crimes. They are identified as
dangerous suspect with connections to both the dead bodies found and the mafia in Cleveland, Ohio now identified. The following is being transmitted at the request of the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division. The likely criminal who engaged in committing at least 2 murders of Scientific Syndicate members has been identified. They are identified as Jamie Papalardo, a younger cousin of the Cleveland Mafia family boss named Russell Papalardo, and was last seen with the following appearance traits. Keep in mind this appearance may be invalid to an unknown degree as this was their appearance post the crime spree years ago and a period in the Ohio State Penitentiary. He was listed as 27 years old, date of birth November 11, 1991, whom is 6 feet 5 inches tall, unknown weight, with a stocky yet strong figure and a mixture of Mediterranean and Caucasian skin tones with green-blue eyes and medium-length brown-like hair. Location: Mode of transportation and other related details are unknown, however they have consistent data and records indicating a residence in or near Myrtle Beach, possibly in or near the neighborhood of Arcadian Shores. This suspect is considered by the state of South Carolina as on the 10 most wanted people in the state, is as such considered armed and extremely dangerous, and should not be approached under any circumstances. If spotted, call 911 and they will alert law enforcement in the area to apprehend this dangerous criminal with potential to engage in further acts of murder.
Announcing the grand opening of Jim Hudson Chevrolet, the name you know for 100% customer satisfaction.
Your wish is our command.
Well, actually, it's Alexa's command.
Alexa, will you be my friend?
Of course, we can be friends.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Say, Alexa, play 102.5 Mountain FM.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Missoula County Sheriff's Office. Officers are in progress of responding to reports of mail that according to the target recipients is extremely suspicious and warrants further investigation. For now, officers suggest holding all mail, especially mail that you didn't recall asking to receive from the sending party, or anonymously sent mail as there is potential for it to be hazardous to your health to any number of degrees. Officers with the Sheriff's Office are going door to door in an attempt to collect all mail of the aforementioned categories in an effort to potentially save lives and find out who is the culprit behind this sudden mail plot. Keep tuned to local media outlets on this unusual situation as it could escalate.
Well, looks like you've been obedient and remained in your ropes and assorted restraints. This delights me, as it will my superiors. Let me explain what will happen to you now, human scum. And no, I do not care that you're affiliated with a mafia boss. You're going to be magically executed and left here. Nobody will miss you, your family, both by blood and those connected on a criminal basis will think some bigger fish got you. In a way, it's the perfect crime. We equestrians get away free because of your long criminal associations, and others who seek to work with us will know the consequences of failing our orders. And everyone is so busy thinking about how we are going to stop those freaks with powers. Now, since you've been likely screeching for someone to save you from your inevitable fate, you have likely no voice left for any last words. Time to get this over with.
No!
The Atlas is one of our best sellers.
They're kind of a hot commodity around here.
A full third row vehicle at a very competitive.
Extremely dangerous and cold-blooded suspect of unknown identity on the loose in Myrtle Beach. Possibility of traveling to other parts of the state possibly in progress, though certainty on that is low at this time. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Horry County Sheriff's Office. A gruesome scene has been discovered by law enforcement in Horry County in Myrtle Beach. A body was found in the abandoned warehouse located just off South Carolina Route 90 near the Carolina Bays Parkway. This body was found to have been decapitated as well as suffered pre-death torture wounds. In addition, with assistance from law enforcement from Cuyahoga County in northeast Ohio, the body was rapidly identified as Jamie Papalardo, the suspect wanted as a person of interest and likely suspect in 2 unsolved murders in other parts of South Carolina. At this time it is unknown who killed this man in such a horrific manner, in addition to if they will do the same or similar degrees of violence to anyone else, especially in Horry County. For now, keep tuned to local media outlets for the latest on this ever-changing situation, especially if a more urgent-sounding alert is required to be transmitted.
Idaho's only rock station, K-Bear 101.
Desperation setting in from all the places I have been. I do my best to pass the day. Did we win or lose our way? We did our best to meet our mark. I gave my all right from the start. So why don't I feel welcome here? Should I just disappear? I've never been this far from home. But what's so when I am on my own? I've never been this far from home. But what's so when I am on my own?
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Idaho State Police. Suspicious letters are being reported in mail and P.O. boxes all over the Pocatello area, with some reports of similar occurrences happening on the Fort Hall Reservation. If you receive mail that you are unsure as to the origin or flat out did not ask for, you are urged by Idaho State Police to turn it into officers who are collecting it to dispose of it safely, and if possible, investigate the cause of this potentially dangerous situation. Keep tuned to local media outlets for more information as the situation evolves.
Although that's so short, human, you know me. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Idaho State Police. Envelopes of suspicious and unknown origins are being reported in mailboxes and near front doors all over the towns of Osborne, Silverton, and Wallace. If you are anywhere in these areas and see an envelope from someone you didn't expect to receive mail from today, please alert the Shoshone County Sheriff's Office as they, for now due to the low number of reports so far, are capable of handling this potentially dangerous issue. If the number overwhelms local authorities in this county, then the Idaho State Police are on standby to assist in safe disposal of this potentially dangerous mail. Please keep tuned to local media outlets for more information as it is revealed concerning this ever-changing situation.
You'll find out quite soon. We're a creature of modest intelligence.
Thanks for listening to member-supported Jazz Wyoming 90.1 online at jazzwyoming.org.
Travel trouble with potential to become a serious accident cited in the city of Laramie. The following is transmitted at the request of the Laramie Police Department, with support from the Wyoming Highway Patrol and the Wyoming Department of Transportation. A car has been reported as potentially stranded off the shoulder of the westbound lanes of Dwight D. Eisenhower Highway, alternatively known as Interstate 80. The exact location is about a third of a mile from the westbound off-ramp to access 3rd Street. The car is identified as a late generation Ford Toyota Supra or a similar looking body shape to that make and model, with color and plates unknown due to the snow accumulations. The exact nature and cause behind this car being in the potentially dangerous spot it is in is unknown, and as such, people in the 3 aforementioned agencies are each heading out to the scene of the potential stalled car to investigate this matter farther. Until those sent to investigate acquire the necessary information needed from this situation, authorities suggest not stopping to help this car as it could cause an accident given the poor road conditions and visibility in the general vicinity of this incident in progress.
Blizzard warning in effect from 1 p.m. this afternoon to 1 a.m. Saturday. What? Blizzard conditions expected. Additional snow accumulations of 10 inches to 2 feet in places. Winds gusting as high as 65 miles per hour locally. Where? Most of Goshen, Laramie and Platte counties in far southeast Wyoming, all of Converse and Niobrara counties in southeast Wyoming, as well as Box Butte, Dawes and Sioux counties in the Nebraska Panhandle. When? From 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time this afternoon to 1 a.m. Saturday. Impacts travel could be very difficult early in the warning period and leaning towards outright impossible by nightfall. Areas of blowing snow could significantly reduce visibility, and at times tonight pure whiteout conditions will be likely in the warned area. Strong winds throughout the warning period pose the risk to cause extensive damage to trees and power lines as the weight from the snow increases on them. Count on travel being a nightmare even in the best of times during this blizzard event. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency. Travel should be restricted to emergencies only. If you must travel, have a winter survival kit with you. If you get stranded, stay with your vehicle. The latest road conditions for the state you are calling from can be obtained by calling 511.
You know what? Let's swap to the perspective of those in that car, just to get some understanding of what's going on.
following is being transmitted at the request of the Laramie Police Department, with support from the Wyoming Highway Patrol and the Wyoming Department of Transportation. A car has been reported as potentially stranded off the shoulder of the westbound lanes of the Dwight D. Eisenhower Highway, alternatively known as Interstate 80. The exact location is about a third of a mile from the westbound off-ramp to access 3rd Street. The car is identified as a late generation Ford Toyota Supra or a similar looking body shape to that style, make and model, with color and plates unknown due to the snow accumulations. The exact nature and cause behind this car being in the potentially dangerous spot it is in is unknown, and as such, people in the 3 aforementioned agencies are each heading out to the scene off the potential stolen car to investigate this matter further. Until those sent to investigate gather the necessary information needed from the situation, authorities suggest not stopping to help this car as it could cause an accident given the poor road conditions and visibility in the general vicinity of this incident in progress. Blizzard warning in effect from 1 p.m. this afternoon to 1 a.m. Saturday. What? Blizzard conditions expected. Additional snow accumulations of 10 inches to 2 feet in places. Winds gusting as high as 65 miles per hour locally. Where? Most Goshen, Laramie, and Platte counties in far southeast Wyoming, all of Converse and Niobrara counties in southeast Wyoming, as well as Fox Butte, Dawson, and Sioux counties in the Nebraska Panhandle. When? From 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time this afternoon to 1 a.m. Saturday. Impacts travel could be very difficult early in the warning period and leaning towards outright impossible by nightfall. Areas of blowing snow could significantly reduce visibility, and at times tonight pure whiteout conditions will be likely in the warned area. Strong winds throughout the warning period pose the risk to cause extensive damage to trees and power lines as the weight from the snow increases on them. Count on travel being a nightmare even in the best of times during this blizzard event. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency. Travel should be restricted to emergencies only. If you must travel, have a winter survival kit with you. If you get stranded, stay with your vehicle. The latest road conditions for the state you are calling from can be obtained by calling 511.
Hello, nice looking sir, is everything okay? You have your hazard lights on and seem to be stuck in the snow.
And I'm not nice.
Oh, this is not good. I feel like I'm back in my old days as a law enforcement officer in Houston.
Well, that's why they're called the old days, because they're old.
does Christmas mean to you?
Christmas means I get to see my family.
Eating a lot of food and hanging out with my friends who I haven't seen in a long time.
Opening presents.
Cheyenne's home for the holidays, Star 97.1.
Statewide activation of the Wyoming Emergency Alert System. Dangerous suspect poses severe risk to all in the state. Top priority broadcast. All TV and radio partners, as well as no other radio, shall transmit this message. The following alert is being issued at the request of the Wyoming Office of Homeland Security and the Wyoming Highway Patrol. 2 dangerous individuals with a long history of hostile acts towards authorities and civilians in multiple states over a lengthy time span have returned. Before all victims in the attack died, the last victim gave a description of the 2 suspects, whom are considered by authorities as extremely dangerous and heavily weaponized individuals of a kinetic nature. They are identified as Blaze Pyrostorm and Alistair Hunter, more commonly known under the shortened aliases of Blaze and Alistair. It is noted that their appearances have changed slightly. Alistair is noted to now wear orange earrings with dark emerald green pants, lime green winter shoes, and the back of his hair is thought to now end in a dark bluish-gray color, in addition to a dark fuchsia t-shirt and emerald green winter jacket loosely overtopping it. Blaze meanwhile has amaranth earrings with a crimson and purple two-tone look to his hair at the tips, as well as dark cyan pants, purple flame-themed boots, a purple flame coat and a necklace with 3 connected, vertical oval semi-opaque white jewels dangling off it. All other appearance traits, according to the now deceased victims, remain unchanged from past attack sightings, though it is noted that they are traveling together in Blaze's Toyota Supra. Details on the car can be found on the Wyoming Office of Homeland Security Elemental Attacker webpage. As these 2 are considered extremely dangerous, they should not be approached. Instead, call local law enforcement or the Wyoming Highway Patrol, and please keep tuned to local media outlets for details should further
96 FM.
I listen to you guys every day. Every day. I listen every morning. Every hour. I love you guys.
Really? Honest?
Absolutely.
Wide open country.
Last night.
This message is being transmitted at the request of the Toole County Sheriff's Department. A strange situation is ongoing in the town of Sunburst. People are reporting a group of unknown individuals with vivid vermilion hair, a strange eye color, and a gradient from an unknown hue of blue to moderate cyan whom are dressed in winter clothes topped by a strange cyan-colored cloak with a star pattern on it are now blocking Interstate 15 just before the 9-mile road exit. As of alert transmission, authorities have yet to investigate this strange situation and thus not a lot of information on this occurrence is known by credible authorities at this time. If you are in the town of Sunburst, lock all doors and enter a sort of shelter-in-place mindset right now. These individuals could be hostile. If outside the area of Sunburst, then do not travel on Interstate 15 between the interchanges for Sways Road and McVeigh Road. Use these roads as access points to suitable detours and navigate around these potentially hostile individuals. Failure to follow this order means putting your life at unnecessary risk and potential harm may occur. Pay attention to local media sources and future emergency alert system activations for more information.
Did we make it into your top 5 best friends list?
You guys are my best friends.
I think so.
Hey Google, play My 96.
Just turn it up. Just turn it up.
Your network station.
This is my station. I love it.
My 96.
Threat type is civil emergency. This alert is transmitted at the request of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Sightings of a potential explosion have been reported by multiple agencies, primarily in southern Alberta, though unconfirmed reports are also being received in the Saskatchewan town of Govenlock. Due to the explosion's fireball not sharing all the characteristics of a nuclear one, the post-explosion fireball being a strange cyan and burnt orange color combination, and American authorities in the state of Montana being flat out unsure what effects this blast had both near and afar, Canadian officials do not feel comfortable telling residents to treat this threat as a nuclear one with the information given as of this transmission. Despite this, all residents in Alberta, especially those south of Crow's Nest Highway and west of Buffalo Trail, need to go inside now and shelter in place as a proactive countermeasure to this mysterious event. Keep a radio close by or be near a television to be able to hear future alerts concerning this incident of unknown cause.
This is NOAA, Weather, Radio, All Hazards, Station WNG 706, operating on frequency 162.45 MHz. This program originates from the National Weather Service in Raleigh, and is transmitted from an antenna located on the WRAL TV tower located near Garner. The station serves the eastern Piedmont and central coastal plain of North Carolina. The air quality forecast for Friday in The following is being transmitted at the request of Wake County Emergency Management. A strange situation has been discovered on the property of the Sharon Harris nuclear plant, located in extreme southwest Wake County. Civilians and other employees who work at the plant spotted a human that is, by all known appearances, now a statue made of a stone-like substance and cannot be communicated with. The cause for this mysterious event is unknown, as no witnesses were around at the time to witness whatever caused this strange and devastating event. As a cautionary reaction, emergency management officials and Wake County Sheriff's officers are suggesting all people to go inside and lock all doors, windows and vents in their building. If outside, get indoors to a well-built structure, and avoid mobile homes or other similar weak structures that offer little to no protection from whatever caused this occurrence. Keep near a television or radio to receive the latest information on this mysterious event. Here are the 5 p.m. observations for the area. At the Raleigh-Durham Airport, skies were mostly clear. The temperature was 49 degrees, the dew point 29, and the relative humidity was at 59%. The wind was south at
Vote now for the saddest Christmas tree in RVA at Q94radio.com. Somebody will win $1,000, and these trees really need it. Q94.
following message is being transmitted at the request of the City of Richmond Office of Emergency Management, as well as the Richmond Police Department. Many reports are being received of groups of extremely emotional relatives of victims who found these people in a stone statue-like state of existence. At this time, the victims are too emotional to get a clearly understood perspective on the cause of this phenomena. To try and prevent whatever has happened to 3 separate people in the Rosedale neighborhood of Richmond to be experienced by more potential victims, all residents in the immediate Richmond area are strongly encouraged to go inside the nearest building and close the door. Do not let anyone in until authorities, such as the Richmond Police Department, give the message saying it's okay to resume normal activities. If in a business, try to keep everyone huddled around a radio or television so everyone can clearly understand future instructions and other relevant information pertaining to the situation. This is NOAA Weather Radio, all hazards for central and southern Delaware and the nearby areas. Station WXJ-94 from the University of Delaware, Dangerous situation developing in Milford. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Milford Police Department. Numerous sightings of people becoming turned to stone-like statues. At this time, the number of victims of this hostile act, known to officers, is at 13, with more than are unconfirmed as of alert transmission. Suspect identification is unknown at this time, though officers are currently running with the investigative theory that this event is connected to similar incidents in Richmond, Virginia, and an originally thought to be isolated incident at the Sharon Harris Nuclear Facility's property in the Raleigh-Durham metro area of North Carolina. Suspect's vehicle of travel is more known, however. They are listed as a group of late 90s Toyota Celicas. Model year specifics are unknown, as are the license plates on the suspects. Cars are identified to have a variety of colors, with one being confirmed by eyewitnesses as sky blue, one being purple and one being white or off-white in color, possibly even a silver shade to allow for lighting deviation. If you get a description of the suspects driving this group of vehicles, those in Milford are strongly encouraged to call the non-emergency number, which is 302-422-8081.
You will pay!
The Mercedes-Benz winter event is back. And you won't want to stop for anything else. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Greetings, human species. For now, you may know me as codename Nightmare Bringer. I'm sure my true identification will be revealed by that scumbag faction you know as the Scientific Syndicate in a matter of time. Point being, if you summon me from your homemade temple dedicated to me, and thus are a member of a group known as Damaging Nightmares, please listen to this message. that group that I mentioned earlier, we in the Equestrian Royal Council have now determined to have copied one of our most powerful and dangerous set of weapons if used for evil purposes. What they are called doesn't matter now. The point is they have the power, when used together in a certain way, to turn others into stone if the users of these items collectively want it. Those whom summoned me, now is your time to act. Do some serious damage to this group. Show them that we together mean it when we say we will not allow this to occur. I in the meantime will appear in the position of what some of you fleshy creatures call the Christmas star over a classified location tonight, due to this being the longest night on both our planets. For now, goodbye. See you soon and good luck. We may not be able to completely stop this anti-equestrian hate group tonight, but we can send a powerful message.
Matthews Kia is big on value, big on rewards, and big on customer service. During the Kia Command the Season sales event, check out the new
Nuclear incident of unknown safety protocol level in progress. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Oswego County Emergency Management. An incident that may require further action within the next 6 to 12 hours is currently being investigated by employees at the 9 Mile Point Nuclear Station, located about 7 miles northeast of Oswego, New York. At midnight, those inside the plant control room noticed all the lights inside turn one of the following few colors for a second or two. They are described as dark blue or black, a brilliant phthalo blue, light sapphire blue and lunar white. Security guards outside the facility noticed similar colorings to lights outside on the facility's parking lot and other areas that are lit and on the property of the nuclear plant. At this time, no nuclear-related consequences of this mysterious circumstance are thought to be expected by those inside the facility. However, despite this, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission is investigating this matter to determine if a radiological incident may need to be declared, if nothing else more than a protective countermeasure to aid in giving the surrounding public a feeling of safety. The public is strongly encouraged to remain near a radio or television as new information could be transmitted at any moment regarding this situation of unknown danger levels.
Your Amazon smart speaker. Just tell Alexa to open the K-Rock Syracuse skill.
Every Sunday night at 9, Kick-Ass Celtic Rock takes over for 1 full hour with your host, Sean Johnston. If you needed a reason to fill a pint on Sunday night, this is it. The Irish Power Hour on TK99 and TK105, Syracuse's classic rock.
This message is being transmitted at the request of the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, as well as the Oswego County Emergency Management. The situation which caused the NRC and local emergency management for Oswego County as well as state emergency management officials for the state of New York, which was reclassified for official historical documentation as a notification of unusual event, has been, after well over an hour of discussion and data studying, been determined that the anomaly which impacted the plant and closely nearby areas on 9 Mile Point property at midnight tonight poses no risk to the nuclear reactors, structural integrity of the plant, those inside it, or civilians in the emergency planning zone. To repeat, this is an official all-clear message, as designated by collective agreement of the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, the Oswego County Emergency Management, and the New York State Office of Emergency Management. No further action regarding this situation is required by anyone hearing this message.
Good evening. My superior, the Lunar Queen of Canterlot's Lands, or as you may know her as, Luna, has chosen me to speak for her on this occasion as she is supremely busy with plans. She has in turn told me to pass the following royal message along from her mind to this piece of royal paper I am reading from. Sentient creatures of Earth. I have chosen this as the time to speak, as by now, all parts of the main populace of your country will have begun nightfall. If you are one of the lucky few to see me in my regal beauty in my first moments on this planet, not for vacationary reasons or work-related, then consider yourselves both lucky and honored. I will likely not speak to you in your tongue, but you will be rewarded with my comforting and calming presence the next time you have a bad dream. On to the main point of this message you need to hear collectively as a group of citizens of your country. Do know that you should not be scared by my more war-ready appearance tonight. I do not wish nor want to harm the innocent among your species. My main goal is to see to it those who wish harm unto Equestria and my fellow royals. If you do however become frightened by my appearance during my time here, in the midst of what is supposed to be your most cheerful and friendly of holidays, I sympathize with those feelings. For I too was once fearful deep down of this form. To the scientific syndicate, know this. You as a group of hate will perish. It won't happen this Earth year, but in due time. You and those who ally to your cause will all be subject to Equestria's harsh ways of justice and if needed, war. Do not push Equestria to war. We will make you regret it with cold hate unlike anything you have dished out to these innocent humans and more aggressively, against Equestria.
Tell the Santa Mater what you want for Christmas.
There's a lot of fakes out there.
I don't have all day.
But there's only one real hit music station.
If you don't tell me, I'm really going to lose it.
Magic 104.
I saw sky.
Following message is being transmitted at the request of the New Hampshire Homeland Security and Emergency Management. Two strange sightings that are likely connected to each other have occurred in rapid succession in the north-central part of the state. The first is a sudden blizzard over Mountain Washington, followed by a likely creature of unknown origin. This creature has the following characteristics. They are described. What is known as this thing, whatever it is flying to the south, and as such, residents in Conway, Plymouth, Wolfboro, and Laconia are urged to get inside and take a shelter-in-place mindset now. Close and lock all doors and windows. Get into the centralmost part of your residence or building, and ideally get under surface level. More info on whatever was sighted near Mountain Washington is being determined with people there at this time. Please keep tuned for future alerts on this mysterious situation.
I used to be the one
or a civil danger risk to those in Bennington County. The following is a message transmitted at the request of the Vermont Emergency Management. A strange creature first spotted flying over north-central New Hampshire an hour ago has now been spotted and is likely in the skies near or over Manchester as this alert transmits. Do not try to look up in the skies and watch this creature, whatever it may be. This state is not going to take any chances concerning whatever this creature is. Hide in the most central part of your residence without windows and stay there with all lights off until authorities give the all-clear notification.
A fairy tale, but no happy ending for this man.
Kiss 102.3.
Here's another future favorite song. New hit music now.
The following is an alert transmitted at the request of the Saratoga County Office of Emergency Services. Civilians on the northwest side of Saratoga Lake are all reporting seeing a brilliant cyan glow with violet or purple sparks originating from it. These reports indicate the mysterious sighting originating from the eastern side of the lake, as if to be around 4 miles west of the Saratoga National Historic Park. Officers from the Saratoga County Sheriff's Office are heading to the suspected area of these mysterious sightings to investigate them further. In the meantime, those hearing this alert are strongly advised to stay away from the entirety of the eastern side of Saratoga Lake, in an area from the eastern shores to New York State Route 32, as officers are now considering this an area of investigative interest until further information can be obtained and the area can be considered safe to visit once more. Keep tuned to local media outlets for the most up-to-date information regarding this mysterious situation.
After that alert, things calmed down, leading the Earth creatures in that region of North America to believe that maybe, just maybe, this whole mess would stop before their most precious holiday. Unfortunately for them, chaos does things when it wants to, not on their schedule.
Welcome to 1410 AM and 100.9 FM, News Talk WPOP. The current time is 8 AM, and the temperature in the Hartford area is a chilly 27 degrees with wind chills, according to the National Weather Service, in the upper single digits. Prepare for a cold day out there if you are doing some last-minute stocking stuffing for those you love or friends. Our top story this hour is that a professor for the University of Syracuse who wishes to remain anonymous out of fear of being attacked by the recognized group known as the Scientific Syndicate, has discovered from research into various artifacts and items of alien worlds, what might have been causing people to turn into stone up and down the eastern seaboard over the past several days. Apparently, they claim, this specific set of artifacts are collectively called the elements of harmony, and normally while they are used for good, they can, if manipulated by a powerful enough entity or group, be used to turn creatures to a stone-like statue state, and somehow retain thought-making processes. Now this person notes that there are no known ways we humans can stop this set of artifacts. I guess we will just have to rely on whatever has set up a cozy home in the Adirondacks of upstate New York a couple days ago then, if they are on our side that is. On to local traffic, we have gridlock across
WKFR FM and WKFR FM HD1.
A Town Square media station.
Event which poses a great civil danger risk to civilians in the town of Battle Creek now in full progress. The following alert is being transmitted at the requests of the Calhoun County Office of Emergency Management as well as the Battle Creek Police Department. According to dispatchers in Battle Creek, the 911 system there is nearly overloaded with calls about victims of being turned into stone by a group of hostile individuals speeding westbound on Interstate 94. The last cluster in this recent spree of serial stone transformations is reported by eyewitnesses to be the scene of a massive pileup blocking both directions of Interstate 94 at the Capitol Avenue interchange, which is located at mile marker 97. At this time, that interchange and a 3/4-mile radius is being closed to civilian traffic in an attempt to control and clean the accident scene so traffic can resume flowing normally once more. If you reside in this radius, this is a concurrent shelter-in-place order. Do not move from the building you are in and remain patient and attentive for future updates, as an all-clear message will also be transmitted in an emergency alert system message. Suspect cars are identified as a group of 6 late 90s heavily and possibly illegally modified Toyota Celicas, observed to be in the following colors: pink, purple, white, sky blue, orange, and one with 2 tones of cream yellow and pink. License plates on these vehicles are hidden by a cover that is being described as a logo with the word Scientific Syndicate on it. Suspects have also been identified as a group with equine head covering masks or mascot head type materials. Despite this, these suspects are not to be treated lightly and treated as armed and capable of further homicides. All considerations to approach them are hereby considered moves of last resort and are not advised until that point. Keep tuned to local media outlets for more information on this. All residents of Kalamazoo need to shelter in place right now. Do not delay. The following message is being transmitted at the urgent request of the Kalamazoo County Sheriff's Office. Reports are arriving from nearby Calhoun County of a group of hostile suspects responsible for a mass casualty incident on Interstate 94 in Battle Creek. As a result of this info, as well as the knowledge from law enforcement there that these suspects were last seen speeding westbound towards Kalamazoo, all residents are being ordered to shelter in place for their safety. To shelter in place for a hostile suspect situation, close and lock all doors and windows, turn off all lights and close all shutters and blinds. Turn down all sound-producing devices to minimum and if possible, plug in headphones or earbuds to all radio and television devices. Move to a central, preferably windowless room and await further instructions from local or state authorities. To repeat, a dangerous group of suspects are heading for Kalamazoo with reports associated to them of mass casualties. Shelter in place right now in order to preserve personal safety.
Stotzenberger College Studios, WPKS-FM and HD1 Toledo.
Oh my God,
Oh my God. Continuous hits list. And Andrew C. in the morning. 92.5 KISS FM.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath.
Residents of Toledo and surrounding suburbs ordered to evacuate now. Do not delay for 1 second. Leave now. The following message is being transmitted at the request of emergency management agencies in Lucas and Wood counties. Dangerous individuals with a history of now several mass casualty incidents are now in the metro area of Toledo and pose a catastrophic risk to personal safety in the city. As such, with input from the Ohio Emergency Management Agency, both respective county emergency management agencies have agreed to issue a mandatory evacuation order. Failure to obey this order means you agree to put your life in potentially extreme danger due to these individuals, and it is strongly advised you evacuate now. Shelters are being set up with cooperation with neighboring state emergency management agencies in the following locations: Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor, Michigan, Everett High School in Lansing, Michigan. Shelters are also currently being arranged in South Bend, Indiana and Dayton, Ohio, with specific locations still being arranged as of alert transmission. Once they have been finalized, local media outlets will transmit details on specific shelter locations in those cities. Be advised, any and all shelters that do open up may reach full capacity and be unable to accept you when you do arrive. Have a backup shelter plan in mind, such as a hotel room or a friend's home. Media outlets will do their best to report as soon as possible when shelters reach full capacity. To repeat, a dangerous situation is ongoing in the Toledo metro area, necessitating the need to evacuate all inside Toledo. Leave now or face likely, if not absolute certain death.
Today's best music.
Listen in HD at 98.1 FM. Listen on your computer at WKDD.com.
Matt, Patrick, and Angela in the morning. Today's best music. WKDD Akron.
Transmitted at the request of the Summit County Emergency Management. Dangerous suspects with a history of mass casualty incidents both inside and outside the state of Ohio have now entered Summit County and pose grave danger to the entire city of Akron. Based on past mass casualty incidents in other urban areas, it is now mandatory for all residents in the city of Akron, including surrounding suburbs such as Barberton, Portage Lakes, and Cuyahoga Falls, to evacuate from wherever they are right now. Failure to follow this mandatory evacuation order means certain, if not absolute death becomes your fate. Do not delay. Do not pick up relatives from nursing homes and hospitals, as these places have their own specialized evacuation procedures that should not be interfered upon. Evacuation shelters are now being arranged in Columbus, Cincinnati, as well as for those wanting extra peace of mind by getting out of this region and state entirely. A group of shelters have been negotiated with grateful consideration from West Virginia Emergency Management in Charleston. Specifics on all of these shelters will be transmitted as local broadcast partners receive them, or if already available, on local news and LP1 designated stations directly after alert transmission. To repeat, a group of hostile individuals with a lengthy history of mass casualty incidents is near the Akron metro area. Evacuate now, or face likely death.
For equestrian data-keeping sake, this now commences the 231st emergency small-scale meeting. Present to this affair are myself, Queen Celestia, Sunset, and Queen Chrysalis.
Okay, now that we have this meeting officially recognized, how are we going to deal with those vile humans who are now ramping up their efforts in hostility towards our planet?
Personally, I think we should consider a fight fire with fire approach. I mean, we do have the true elements here on Equestria. We should use them. Copies should be weaker, right, Twilight?
In theory, yes. Most copies of the elements should be weaker than the original set. It was that way with the Evil Six on Inverse Equestria. However, we don't fully understand this group yet.
Indeed, though that is why I am trusting Commanders Spitfire and Dash to do what they do best and lead the Wonderbolts to finding more info on the so-called scientific syndicate.
Okay, so what do we do about those upper-ranking members of the scientific syndicate wielding the copies of the elements? Luna needs help. In my opinion, she can't take them out on her own. We could send in a second member of the council or someone equal in power to Luna to wield the other half of the actual elements.
I prefer missions and things that are more stealthy, or to the other extreme things that require the services of my hive's military, so I'm not a great choice.
In that case, I'm considering you not a proper choice, given that clearly stated denial of interest in this effort, Chrysalis. No offense.
None taken.
Okay, what about the EEA, Head Stallion? He's powerful enough, last I heard. Him? Are you crazy? That's practically showing one of our most powerful members to them. I don't think it is wise to put out one of our most powerful citizens so soon, let alone have him get involved to such a serious extent before we officially declare war.
Twilight is correct. We can't just go tossing in such a high-powered member of our society on the chance that they can help us in the short term. We need to think long-term here.
Okay, so since the elements need to be controlled by someone who shows the representative personality factors of those elements, and call me crazy here, but what about Gabby?
The Griffin from Griffinstone, who now is a mail delivery logistical specialist for all of Equestria. She might work, given her open and clear tendencies to display 3 of those elements.
I agree, she could be a worthy equal element wielder in this case, with Luna holding 3 and Gabby 3. That means equal distribution of magic energy between the pair, and with both entities displaying the required elemental traits, the magic should work without failure.
I agree on these points concerning Gabby, so I agree with the idea at Hoth to make this idea official and go through with this plan. What say you, Sunset?
I agree. Gabby seems like a decent fit for what our goal here is, and considering who we have that could fit what we need, she is our best option out of the ones we have.
Then this meeting is officially concluded with the understanding in place that Gabby will be deployed to aid Luna in stopping this evil group hired by the scientific syndicate.
Imagine a place that's been around for generations, where the culture is friendly and the employees are honest. Imagine a place that is more concerned about your satisfaction, less about the bottom line. This place, Denoyer Chevrolet in Holland, we are the place where life meets the road. Since 1953, that's the Denoyer.
Toyotathon is on right now at Northway Toyota. Get the biggest savings of the year. Lease a 2018 RAV4.
The alert causes humans living in areas whom sought to become confused. Most wondered what this musical message could mean. Little did they know they would not have to wait long to find out.
Holiday traditions.
We have family over and we eat this really good dinner and we watch TV.
Mix 98.9, Youngstown's Christmas music station.
This message is being transmitted at the request of the Manning County Emergency Management. 911 lines in the county have now malfunctioned entirely due to an unknown cause. As of now, overloading via organic means, or better understood as an overload via actual 911 calls, is not the culprit, and technicians are now looking into the cause. For now, if you have an actual emergency and need assistance right away, civilians are being asked to call their local fire or police department, or alternatively the Manning County Sheriff's Office. The number for the Sheriff's Office is 330-480-5000.
Q, Danbury's hit music station.
This message is being transmitted at the request of Fairfield County Emergency Management and Homeland Security. 911 services are impacted, and at the minimum that emergency management personnel are aware of as of transmission, all major communities in the county. These include but may not be limited to the following communities: Bridgeport, Danbury, Fairfield, Greenwich, Ridgefield, and Trumbull. Remember, Other communities in the county may be affected by this outage whose cause is still being investigated by multiple authorities, including FCEMHS. If a solution and fix is encountered, an administrative message will be transmitted letting residents know that the 911 systems in these affected areas can be used again. For now, if you have an emergency, call your local fire or police agency and they will do their best to get the correct personnel out to assist the emergency needs required.
Kiss FM is driven by normsusedcars.com. Kicking off a half hour of continuous holiday favorites.
Brought to you by Belfast Jewelry. Don't be fooled by cookie-cutter jewelry that seems like a good deal. Come to Belfast Jewelry for quality crafted jewelry. Belfast Jewelry at Rennie's Plaza. Literally the only store you'll need to shop to find the perfect quality piece, perfectly priced.
Kiss FM, your holiday music station.
Up and down in the circle of fire, I'm looking for some more. Round and round in the cities of lions, I feel the Christmas love. Up and down in the circle of fire, I'm looking for some more. Round and round in the cities of lions, I feel the Christmas love. Christmas time and I wait for my baby. Over there, everywhere I look at, I find a bit of magic.
This message is being transmitted at the request of the Northeast States Emergency Consortium, a multi-state emergency service crippling 911 outage emergency of unforeseen scale is occurring in all states that are overseen by the Northeast SEC. To make matters worse, we are now aware that the following states not in this group have also been affected by this outage to similar extents with consequences that are just as bad in severity. These states are Delaware, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. Technicians are in 911 centers all over affected states trying to find a solution to this widespread failure in 911 lines, and emergency management officials in respective states are, to put it bluntly, clueless as to a timetable concerning when this issue will be fixed. As of now, people should continue to call non-emergency numbers for police and fire departments, though civilians in these areas should be aware that response times will be slow due to the unforeseen high ratio of calls to call takers on standby in these areas and respective emergency service facilities. The Federal Emergency Management Agency for Regions 1 and 2 are on standby and ready to assist whenever respective governors decide to declare states of emergency for their jurisdictions. Please keep tuned to local media outlets for the latest information on this unusual situation.
This is starting to cause me to remind myself of an attack on this region in another universe that I saw in my crystal mirror. I do not like how this is progressing one bit.
The wind whispered through the forest. A storm is coming. I am the storm, the great American grizzly. Introducing the original Trumpy Bear, the fearless, super plush American grizzly. Trumpy Bear was born June 14th, Flag Day. Just find the secret zipper and pull out the American flag themed blanket. Show your patriotism and proudly display Trumpy on any American holiday.
God.
Good early morning. We are the Damaging Nightmares, a group that is known across this vast country and has those who admire our works in Great Britain's group of countries as well as a hefty following in Canada. We worship the being we call the one who brings nightmarish ends to evil scum. You know her by another name though. Point being, we are as of this transmission at work spreading packages in specific targeted areas. If you spot one of these packages, do not open it. If you do before the time specified on the package, then dark times will be ahead for you, and likely those around you too. Good luck, and to the scientific syndicate, may Equestria see to it you receive no mercy from us.
Yeah, thank you, Trumpy Bear.
People know me as Frankie the Broom. I own my own commercial cleaning service. My business is doing...
Good early morning. We are part of a group best known as Chaotic Harmony. Our leader is an entity you should know fairly well based on the name alone, so we won't waste any time with that. Let's get right to business here. Scientific Syndicate. Over the past 13 years, you have done absolutely nothing productive for the American people, humanity as a whole, and especially to our personal friends on Equestria. Dare we say, you've started down a dangerous path towards your demise. This path also carries the possibility of leaving Earth with no humans left. Boom. We are all gone. All because why? Simple. Your selfish desire to, first make humans capable of stopping terrorist threats. However, when your monsters reminiscent of elemental supervillain Frankenstein decided to take their own goals in mind, instead of shutting down your insidious program, you only nurtured it, like the warped quasi-parental minds you are. You said to yourselves, we can use this to our own gain. Take out our only major threat to our sick twisted existence. Just who's that threat? Equestria. Even the most under a rock citizen on this planet can tell you're in the scum here. Equestria is merely trying to cultivate the first meaningful alien-human alliance. What may well be our only shot at a peaceful coexistence with beings not entirely like us. And you're out here choosing to have them turn hostile on you, but leave millions, if not billions of innocent lives in the crossfire. In conclusion, to the leader of this elemental terrorist group, we join forces with our brethren at Damaging Nightmares in saying this. When will you see that what you are doing is bankrupt and corrupt? If the answer to that is never, then prepare to have your pitiful organization destroyed from multiple factions due to your hate. That is all.
This message is being transmitted at the request of Aroostook County Emergency Management Agency. Emergency management officials have received word from civilians and law enforcement via non-emergency number calls of glowing boxes spotted in multiple places in Caribou. These places include but are not limited to floating in Collins Pond, the Old Iron Bed and Breakfast, and Bernard Corey Realty. It is unknown at this time if there are other instances of these objects elsewhere in Caribou at this time. If you spot such an item, do not touch it. Instead, find the nearest law enforcement officer and they will attempt to handle the situation. The following message is being transmitted at the request of Plymouth Office of Emergency Management. Glowing box-like objects are being spotted all over the Plymouth area at this time. The highest concentration of these strange objects seems to be near Holmes Memorial Park, with the second point of high unknown object focus point being a half-mile radius around the Pilgrims Highway interchange with South Street. If you are in a half-mile of either of these specified areas, you are ordered to stay where you are. If you spot any more of these objects, then you are advised to call the Plymouth County Sheriff's Department at 508-830-6200. Keep tuned to local media outlets for the latest information on this situation.
Good music is back.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
On Charleston's Mix 95.9.
following message is being transmitted at the request of the Charleston County Sheriff, with support from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Reports too numerous to count have arrived of suspicious-looking box-like objects, which upon further inspection from authorities post-civilian report, have been confirmed to have suspicious yellow glowing eye-like designs on them. If you spot one of these box objects, do not approach it, as it is as of transmission undetermined what lay inside these objects or if they are hazardous to civilian health and safety. Please keep tuned to local media outlets for more information. Citizens in Annapolis need to shelter in place in the lowest, most central and windowless room right now. This is not a drill. Do so without delay. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Maryland Criminal Investigative Bureau. A credible threat that was brought to the attention of the MCIB has now been verified by visual sighting by state law enforcement officers. To repeat, the threat is now verified. There is a potentially dangerous package at the Maryland State House and a second one at the Government House of Maryland. Both packages have a Santa design on them, as well as a handwritten note in extremely neat, fancy, and deliberate cursive calligraphy saying, quote, "From the Scientific Syndicate to Equestria and that pathetic royal alien group's allies on Earth. Here is your deadly present," end quote. A specialized bomb and other anti-hazardous device unit is being dispatched to both locations on the complex to try to handle the situation. All people need to seek a shelter now. The best shelter is a fallout or other underground shelter. If one is not accessible, then get to the most central part of your residence of current building without windows that is on the lowest level. Keep tuned to local media outlets for more information on this likely to escalate situation.
Sunshine,
people currently in the immediate Boston city limits, as well as close-by suburbs such as but not limited to Winthrop, Quincy, Newton, and Watertown need to seek a sturdy shelter right now. There is no time to delay whatsoever. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Massachusetts State Police Special Tactics and Operations Unit, as well as the Federal Bureau of Investigation Boston Field Office. Many suspicious and likely fatally dangerous packages, which themselves corroborate with packages of similar designs in Annapolis, have been spotted in and around Boston by a variety of factions, both civilian and law enforcement. Their locations in all are too numerous to mention, though key soft targets are, for example, Boston College, Harvard University, Old North Church, and Commonwealth Avenue Mall. Though there are at least 36 other soft target locations that the FBI has verified as having these dangerous objects at or within blast radius of these likely fatal devices. Specialized bomb squads have been deployed to aid in attempting to defuse these devices. In the meantime, all people hearing this message need to get to a secure room, ideally one underground, in a centralized room and without windows. Even better, people need to find a fallout shelter, as it is possible that these devices are at minimum dirty and at worst case nuclear or hydrogen bombs. Please keep tuned to local news outlets on radio and TV, as the situation likely will change with time.
Happy holidays. I'm Miley Cyrus. Shawn Mendes. It's Dua Lipa. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas.
Wishing you a happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
94.5 PST.
Situation with life-threatening potential ongoing in the city of Trenton. The following message is being transmitted at the request of Mercer County Office of Emergency Management and the New Jersey State Police. Dangerous package-like objects with past precedent to be bombs have been spotted in the capital area of Trenton, with 5 packages sighted in the area of the New Jersey State Senate building and the governor's office. The governor of New Jersey and their family, whom is currently with them, have all been moved to a secure and classified fallback location with assistance from New Jersey State Police and the FBI. Specialized bomb squads are on the scene to try to defuse these devices if needed. For now, the entire city limits of Trenton is in a shelter-in-place order, as it is feared, based on other locations being impacted in a similar extent, just how many explosive devices there could be in the city. To shelter in place for an explosive device situation, close and lock all doors and windows, turn off all heating and ventilation systems, and move to a central room, ideally on the lowest level without any windows. Carry supplies with you to last at least 2 to 4 days in case the power grid in the area gets affected. Please keep tuned to local media outlets via battery-powered or hand-crank radio for more information on this volatile situation.
Let me tell ya what you're missing. Shut up and listen. In the beginning.
Our evacuation zone now expanded. Leave areas hearing this alert now. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. At 2:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bomb squad members working on the devices seen in downtown Charleston and a bigger payload device located at a building now confirmed to be an experiment facility of classified reasons located on Drum Island, failed to defuse the explosive devices by the time they hit zero. More horrifying, though, is that no authorities know exactly what materials the 5 bombs contained. What is known is that these devices are not nuclear. We repeat, they do not have fallout or nuclear properties. Disturbingly, these devices exploding have left no trace of Charleston's existence. In addition, a shockwave is radiating out from the blast zones in the direction of land, as if only being carried by land mass. In turn, the old evacuation zone of 10 miles is null and void. Now all residents in the states of North and South Carolina need to evacuate. Failure to do so means not only potential death from the shockwave blast, but also the unknown after effects of the materials sent up into a cloud from the explosion at the facility. This cloud is following the shockwave, as if tied to it, or vice versa. To repeat the important information, leave now in North and South Carolina. Shelters are now in place in Texas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Upper Michigan. Do not attempt to seek shelter before these states, as doing so is a dangerous risk you do not want to take, and no authorities will rescue you should you ignore the alert. This message will repeat on all TV stations as well as radio stations and NOAA weather radio transmitters in affected states for the remainder of the day. No further updates on this matter will be transmitted.
Hi, I'm Sabrina, the SUV lady at ID Ford. The year-end sales event is kicking off at ID Ford with the 2018 Ford Escape SE. Let's check one out. Whoops, let's try that again.
Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by.
Typically, it is here where your species says good early morning or some other positive tone of greeting, but given the situation that has occurred, that is not the appropriate tone now. You may be sitting in a shelter, or a relative of someone who was impacted in the recent attacks on your cities, hoping to hear from your loved ones again, and wondering who I am. My name is Cadence. I'm the queen of a northern territory on Equestria called the Crystal Empire, or at least that's how your species knows it as. The president and every designated official in line on Earth authorized to read a message during this alert is busy being moved to a secondary fallback location of a classified designation. As such, being a top-ranking equestrian official and closely trusted by your government, I am authorized to read a prepared statement regarding the recent tragedy which triggered this alert. Do keep in mind that this statement reflects merely my viewpoint and attempt to comfort this country in this time of need during what typically is a festive happy holiday season on Earth. At 2:40 in the morning, a city-scouring explosive device was detonated in Charleston, South Carolina. Then 20 minutes later, 3 more explosions went off nearly at the same time. These explosions impacted the cities known as Annapolis, Boston, and Trenton, 3 cities important to who your country is from a historic context, gone in the blink of an eye. I have personally only visited Boston, but even I am intensely troubled by these attacks. Nobody deserves to have this pushed onto them, especially in the midst of a holiday time. It is my understanding, as part of the Royal Equestrian Council, that your country has declared a national state of emergency due to the far-reaching impacts these attacks have had. With that in mind, let me say this. Equestrian royal leadership will do all it collectively can to aid this country in the recovery process. I believe you as a people can pull through this. You have survived so much in your short time span as a country, especially compared to the lands of Equestria. Despite this fact, you have also had as great of periods of hardship as our lands have seen, maybe even worse. But yet you as a people continue to live and try to get things to work out in the end. My point in this statement is, you are in one of those periods of extreme hardship. Now more than ever, you need to dig down inside yourselves and push on, go on and fight, because the scientific syndicate will not dominate you or this country. Before I sign off to participate in an emergency summit that will be critical to determining our next major move concerning this group. To the scientific syndicate, you are easily, hands down the worst threat we have had to face. Inside or outside our lands, when your pawns and our people fight, you will see no mercy. You will feel the rage that has been building up inside of us for the time we have spent watching you ruin so many innocent Earth creatures, and all why? To dominate your planet. If you think I am angry, my husband is enraged by your actions. When you encounter him, you may just understand the pain you have caused us as allies to Earth and those who reside there. So just know this, corruptors of science and equestrian magic for self-serving motivations, you will one day have to answer for these crimes. With that, my statement to the people of the United States has concluded. Farewell and good luck. I am certain you will be seeing me soon.
The #1 hit music station, Wink 106.
When we say Merry Christmas, the night is bright. That's the night, that's the holy night we celebrate.
Dangerous equestrian pursuit of suspect connected to hundreds of deaths via transformation into stone statue-like entities now passing by the town of Big Flats. The following message is top priority for all broadcast partners, including NOAA Weather Radio, to transmit inside counties that comprise true EMC jurisdiction. The pursuit, according to officers with New York State Police Highway Safety and Traffic Enforcement Services, is still on Interstate 86 heading eastbound. Speeds remain dangerously high considering the snow-covered roads, and as such all drivers on Interstate 86 from the 54-mile marker to the end of the interstate, located at the interchange for New York State Route 79, need to pull to the shoulder if it is safe to do so. If not safe, then find the nearest exit and divert off the interstate. All drivers on New York State Route 17 between Windsor and the Interstate 84 interchange located near Middletown need to monitor this dangerous suspect pursuit closely. As a reminder, the equestrian queen known as Nightmare Moon, alias of Luna, is driving a 2016 Mitsubishi Lancer 10. Color identified by police units as primarily dark cornflower blue, seen as black mistakenly depending on lighting, with secondary supporting colors identified as a moderate blue-violet, light sapphire blue, and phthalo blue. It also has lunar-themed decals on the hood and rear driver window. This car is known by officer sightings to occasionally show a magic aura of light violet with purple sparks, though why the car exhibits this unearthly behavior is unknown to authorities at this time. Suspect car is identified as an unknown near Lotus Evora, unknown license plate with supernatural traction given the car drivetrain and road conditions. The dangerous suspect who is being pursued has their identity listed on the FBI Most Wanted Person page for further reading. Keep tuned.
You're kidding. You're kidding, right?
No, 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 no! No!
Yeah, we play hard and we rock hard. 92.5 KGB.
Dangerous standoff now in progress. The following alert is being transmitted at the request of the Royal Equestrian Council's hostile entity capture force, with input from the New York State Police. The pursuit of dangerous individuals now wanted on equestrian charges of forging powerful weapons and other equestrian artifacts, as well as charged by equestrians for the patricide of at least 200 people in at least 5 U.S. state jurisdictional areas, has now become a tense standoff located on Billy Brown Road about 15 miles northeast of Smithville Flats. 2 individuals who were on this as part of the mission organized by the hostile entity Capture Force, a bipedal griffin of female gender standing 6 feet 10 inches tall with a chubby figure, Arctic gray feathers and fur with goldenrod-colored talons and beak, as well as the entity now confirmed by multiple federal agencies as the Royal Queen, known by name as Nightmare Moon, an alicorn standing currently 7 feet tall with a mostly average yet slightly chubby figure, nearly black to deep cornflower blue fur and a periwinkle or creamy night purplish blue armor and open-faced battle helmet. Suspect information will be relayed if the suspects flee the scene. If you want a reminder, then please visit the FBI Equestrian Earth Common Criminal website. Keep tuned to local media outlets and be prepared to take further action, as these suspects are extremely dangerous in behavior.
Listen, we do not want to do this, but if you do not exit your residence in a willing manner, we will be forced to use deadly force to handle you.
Fine, do the then, you equestrian assholes. You do not know who you are messing with. The group I work for will kill you all. You think this will somehow be the thing that gets your planet that critical step forward in winning this fight against the elite and powerful scientific syndicate. My bosses see us as expendable, easily replaced. You kill us, and 10 more will fight to avenge us.
Okay, then, you disgrace to humanity. You deserve what comes next. Consider this last stand of yours failed in spectacular fashion.